We the teens of Grady Joy.
Celebrate Black History.
Go.
My Black History lady is Ida B. Wells, and she was an African American journalist and a civil rights movement lady. She helped with discovering their works and what they went through during the march, and helped Martin Luther King reporting what he had done for Black African Americans.
Ron Gilmore is considered by many to be the first African male gymnast. He was also the first athlete in NCAA history to score a perfect 10 in an event. Gilmore was born on March 7, 1959 in Tallahassee, Florida. His father was Willie Gilmore, a running back for the Chicago Bears, who was known for his competitiveness. Unfortunately, his father was killed in a car accident when Gilmore was 7 years of age. Gilmore began his NCAA career at Louisiana State.
Michael X. Malcolm X was an American Muslim minister and human rights advocate. Some saw him as a courageous advocate for the right of black, a man who indicated white Americans in harsh terms for his crimes against black Americans. Others accused him of preaching racism and violence.
Velma Scantlebury GCM, also Velma Scantlebury White, is a Barbadian-born American transplant surgeon. She was the first African-American woman transplant surgeon of the United States. She was born on October 6, 1955. She's 63 years in Barbados. Her spouse was Dr. Harvey White, and she was known for the first African-American woman transplant surgeon of the United States.
Ready? Okay. James Cleveland Owens was the American track and field athlete and four-time Olympic gold medalist in the 1936 Games. Owens specialized in the sprints and the long jump and was recognized in the lifetime as perhaps the greatest and most famous athlete in track and field history.
I'm doing Harriet Tubman. Born into slavery, Tubman escaped and successfully made some 13 missions to rescue 17 enslaved people, families, and friends, using the network of slavery activities and safety houses known as the Underground Railroad.
Madam C.J. Walker, born Sarah Breedlove, is widely regarded as one of the first American women to become a self-made millionaire.
James Brown, the godfather of soul, was a prolific singer, songwriter, and a band leader, as well one of the most enigmatic figures in funk and soul music.
Rosa Parks was an American activist in the civil rights movement, best known for her role in the Montgomery bus boycott.
You ready? Muhammad Ali was an American professional boxer, activist, nicknamed the Greatest. He is widely regarded as one of the most significant and celebrated sports figures of the 20th century and one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Booker T. Washington was an American educator and author and advisor to President of the United States between 1890 and 1915. Washington has a leader in the African American community.
My Black History person was Ruby Bridges. Ruby Bridges was thrust into the national spotlight at the tender age of 6 as the first black child to racially integrate within all-white elementary school in the South.
I'm going to be reading about Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is an American media executive, actress, talk show host, television producer. She is best known for her talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, which has the highest rated television program of its kind in history.
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary political leader who served as a president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election.
Barack Obama II is an American attorney and Republican who served as the 44th President of the United States. from 2009 to 2017. A member of the Democratic Party, he was the first African American to elect to the presidency.
Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Baptist minister and activist who became the most visible spokesperson and leader in the civil rights movement from 1954 until his assassination in 1968.
James Mercer Langton Hughes was an American poet, social activist, novelist, playwright, and communist from Joplin, Missouri. He moved to New York as a young man where he made his career.
Maya Angelou was an American poet, singer, and civil rights activist. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, and several books of poetry. She is credited for a list of plays, movies, and television shows spanning over 50 years. That's it.
I know we ready. We at Greater Joy have our very own Black History First moment.
Our very own Lynette Clemens is the first Black female police chief of Whitakers.